not, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a quick little get ready with me, if you will. I'm just gonna do a quick little makeup, nothing too major, literally just about to put on some concealer and do my eyebrows. But while I do that, I wanted to make a video really quick. Today's Tuesday, November 21st, and so y'all know Thanksgiving is coming up in like the next 2 days or so, and so I kind of wanted to make a video about gratitude. I know like a lot of us, when we think of Thanksgiving, we get wrapped around and caught up in like cooking and stuff and eating, and that's great. Y'all know for me that is great because I love to eat, I love food. But I also want to like put out a reminder for everyone about just making sure that you're expressing gratitude this year for Thanksgiving. I mean, you should express gratitude every day of your life, really, but you know, in the spirit of the holiday, I think it's really important to make sure, or to remind everyone to like express gratitude. I think I do a really good job at doing this on a regular basis. Just because y'all know I do believe in God, and I try my very best to make sure that I'm like praying every day, and as part of my prayer, like before I pray for the things that I want in life, I always make sure that I start by just thanking God for all that I do have. And so I think I do a pretty good job at just being thankful and grateful for literally everything. The other day, somebody had asked me, this is really hard, like trying to focus on doing makeup and talking at the same time. I really don't know how the makeup girlies do it. Hold on, y'all, let me, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like somebody the other day had like asked me, randomly asked me, they were like, what's the best thing that happened to you this week so far, or today so far? I think, yeah, they said today. They were like, what's the best thing that happened to you today so far? And I kind of just answered quickly. Normally when people ask me questions like that, I normally like take time to think about it. But I don't know, that day, I was just like, I answered so quickly. I was just like, I woke up today, I'm alive. And I actually really meant that, like, just being alive and well and just waking up is something that I'm truly grateful for every single day. And I think it's important that when we are expressing gratitude and just being thankful for stuff, that you are like, you take the time to just appreciate literally the smallest things in life, because I feel like those are really the biggest things in life. Because it's so easy to like get caught up and wrapped up in like the materialistic stuff in life, and like money and expensive things, luxury things, and just like the big stuff that don't even make a difference. It's so easy to get wrapped up in that. But like the little stuff, just by being alive, means a whole lot. Like if you are not alive, you cannot do the things that you need to do in order to even get the biggest stuff that we get wrapped up in. So it's like the little things makes a huge difference. I also travel quite frequently, like out of the country, I meant. And I think like being exposed to like a different environment from what you're used to or familiar with, it's also a really good thing to help you like be more grateful for stuff. Like I've traveled to Jamaica, I've traveled to Costa Rica, I've traveled to Aruba, I traveled to Mexico. And yes, while I am traveling to these places, you know, we're staying in like the luxury Airbnbs, these big houses and stuff like that. We're doing the touristy things, you know, all the excursions and stuff like that. But in in doing so, it's like we're interacting with the local people who actually live there, born and raised there, and like doing the touristy things, and tour guides and stuff like that is their job, that like that's their living. But like, I don't know, the people I travel with, and just me in general, and the group of people I with, we actually like to talk to these people, and they're so kind and so nice, and they like to tell us a lot about like just their city, what they do on a daily basis. Like they try to introduce us to new things, and in talking to these people, like you get to see, not just talking to them, but also kind of just like when you're in commute and going to these different places, like you get to see how they actually live. And like if you see some of the houses that these people live in, or how they dress, or like you see a lot of people just playing outside. It's hot as heck, but they're playing outside. They don't have much. Like when you see their schools and stuff around there, or you just see their grocery stores and stuff, it's so like underdeveloped compared to like how we're living here in America. And when you talk to these people, they're the happiest people ever. Like so happy, so appreciative. Like they don't want much. When I went to, was it Costa Rica or Aruba? I think it was Aruba. We talked to one of our tour guides, and he was like, he actually had the opportunity to move to the States. He used to live in New York for like a couple years, and he was like working as a taxi driver in New York. This is what I'm looking for. And he was like, after a couple years of living there, I think he said he only stayed here for like 5 years or something like that. I don't know. He was like, he hated it, and he wanted to go, he moved back to Aruba because he was like, everybody is so greedy and it's so fast paced, and everyone does in America, well, especially because he got the spirit from New York, but America, he was like, it's all work, 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 and like no one really appreciates like the little stuff, the finer stuff in life. So he was like, he hated living in the States, and he loved that he moved back to his country, and he couldn't be more happier. And it just makes you think like, or it just goes to show that like you don't really need a whole lot in this life to be happy. Like materialistic things should not make you as happy as it makes some people, because it doesn't really mean anything. Like at the end of the day, we are all on this earth. We are all alive temporarily. Like we don't know when our time is gonna be up, and it's like the materialistic things, it's like you can't take that stuff with you. It ain't coming with you. It's gonna stay right here where it was made. And so we put all this praise and thankfulness for all this stuff that literally means nothing. And so I don't know, I just feel like we should start, if you don't already, like just start to take a little bit more time to like actually just think about just the smaller things in life. Like actually be thankful for the small stuff. Like yesterday, I was driving, y'all, and it was pouring down rain, and I was driving on a highway. And I've had an experience with driving on a highway when it's like thunder in the middle of a thunderstorm, and ever since that experience, it's just been like terrifying for me. Like I hate driving on the highway in general, but driving on a highway in the rain, now it like literally gives me so much anxiety. So I'd be terrified. And it was raining yesterday, like raining to a point where like you cannot see. All the cars were like driving all slow and stuff. And y'all know on the highway, like the minimum is like 65 or whatever miles per hour that you drive, and everybody's driving like 40, 50 on the highway. Like that's how bad it was raining, and you couldn't see. And in the moment I was like, oh my God, please, 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 please get me to and from my destination safely. And as soon as I made it off the highway and I parked my car, I was like, thank you guys so much for getting me to my destination safe and sound. Like that meant a whole lot to me. I was just so thankful. And it could be, I don't know, I think that's something so small, but I was very appreciative of it, Like, it meant everything to me. So, I don't know. I do that a lot too. Like, I like to reflect a lot on my life. And last year, around this same time, maybe a little bit. Yeah, it was around the same time. Like, I remember last year, everyone was like, I don't know, it felt like for the first time, everyone was way more excited about my birthday than I was excited about my own birthday. And the reason being is just because, I don't know, I was just feeling like, what do they call it? There's a term for it. I think it's imposter syndrome, I think is what they call it. Basically, I was just feeling like I was so behind in life from where I would have imagined myself to be, or where I would have liked to be, compared to like everyone else around me. Like, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I hadn't accomplished like a lot of the things that I would have liked to accomplish, or that I would have imagined myself to have accomplished already. Like, I just felt so behind in life, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to celebrate my birthday, because I was like, what am I celebrating my birthday for? I haven't done anything great. And so I got past that, luckily, and I realized that you can't compare yourself to other people, and everyone has their own timeline and stuff in life or whatever, and everything happens on your own terms. But now that I'm like way past that now, currently, and as I reflect on like where I am now in today in life, and like how I got here, and I kind of like to think about what it would have been like had certain things in my life happened the way that I planned it to happen, or I thought it would have happened. And I don't know, it brought me to tears when I was thinking of it, because I was just like, oh my gosh, the way that my life is working out now, had the things that I wanted to happen in my life occurred, and like the stuff that is happening now in my life, if it would have still like been happened, like it would not have worked out. It would not have worked out at all. It would have been horrible. I would have been, like, for instance, let me give you as a good example so it can make a little bit more sense. When I first graduated college and then moved back home, so this was like 2019, I moved back home and I stayed with my grandma. And I started working or whatever. And one of the first things when I was working, I said to myself, like, I wanted to give myself a year to live with my grandmother. So I wanted to save up all my money, and I wanted to move out in an apartment by myself. Like, I didn't want to live with nobody. I wanted to have my own apartment, pay my own bills, be by myself, you know, living a good life. And at the time, like, I didn't really have much responsibilities. Like, the only thing I paid for was like my car insurance, my phone bill, and my own food to eat or whatever. Luckily, my grandma, she eventually made me pay something to live with her, but originally she didn't make me pay anything to live with her. So basically, I was like, all the money that I was making for work, it was just for myself. And so I was able to like stack up money or whatever. So I knew that I can be able to save up to move into an apartment by myself for a year. And again, I was under the impression that it was just gonna be me. So I doing the same thing I'm doing, living with my grandma, just in my own apartment. I'm trying to find I think, is this what I use to blend out my concealer? I guess I do, but I don't. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Whatever. So that was my plan. I did end up getting my own apartment within that time span, within a year. So I was grateful for that. However, I ended up getting this apartment with my mother and my little brother. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted to live with myself. But it didn't happen that way. I ended up getting an apartment with my mom and my brother, so living with them. And yeah, I'm still doing that at this moment now too. And sometimes I don't think like this anymore because, again, I'm about to explain to you guys now, but again, I'm just glad that things are working out the way that it did as opposed to how I wanted. But like sometimes, and I remember a friend asked me one time, they were like, you don't feel, what did they ask me? They asked me something along the lines like, are you okay, or does it bother you that like you still live with your parents or whatever, or like you're taking care of your parents or whatever, or still live in the same house with them and stuff like that? Because all of my friends live on their own. They're all out of their parents' house. Some of them don't even live in the same city anymore. They live in a whole other state. But either way, they're all still living on their own. Some with spouses or whatever. I think I'm like the only one out of my friend group who, well, besides my best friend, and another friend of mine, but he has kind of the same situation as me or whatever, who, you know, still lives at home with my parents or whatever. And I am about to be 27 years old. And I remember telling them, like, when they asked me that, I no longer felt this way. So I was like, no, it doesn't bother me. But before, if I was being honest with myself, like, yeah, I kind of did. Because, like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to live by myself. I wanted to be on my own, in my own space or whatever. I don't know, I just wanted to have that feeling of just living by myself, living on my own. I felt like I was grown. And I just wanted to experience living on my own, having my own space or whatever. And so it did when it first happened. Sometimes it kind of bothered me. But looking back at, you know, or looking at how everything played out in my life right now, like when we had lost my job the first time, or back earlier this year, and just like everything with career-wise, I just thought about it. I was like, dang, had I been living on my own and I had lost my job, like, I literally do not know what I would have done to like be able to pay my bills and stuff. Like, my mother has been a tremendous amount of help since like going through this like transition, this process and stuff like that. So like, had I been living alone by myself, like, I literally don't know what I would have done to be able to pay my bills or to do anything. My mother had got like really, really sick too, like last year, stuff like that. Like, had I been living on my own, first of all, had we not moved in together in general, like, I don't even know where she would be at right now today. Her or my brother, like, I don't know where they would have been. And so that's one thing. Like, I don't know, maybe she would have got her own place. I don't really know, but I wouldn't know where they would have been. Let's say she had gotten her own place. She had got like extremely sick last year. Was that last year now? Yeah, last year. To the point where like I had to take care of everything. So had she been in her own place and I had took over paying her bills and then paying my bills, like, I don't know if I would have been able to do that. Like, it's just so many things, scenarios and stuff that like, had it played out the way that I wanted it to, I literally don't know what I would have done. I probably would not be sitting here living the life that I'm living at this moment. So it just makes me think about like everything. It was a reason for everything. Like, there's a reason why I ended up moving in with my mother. Like, it all happened for a reason and stuff. And so, like little stuff like that, I just learned to like, when I was thinking about that, reflecting on that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so thankful that it worked out that way or that it happened that way, because I honestly do not, had it went the way that I wanted it to be, I literally don't know what I would have done, or if anything would have been the way that they are now or worked out in the way that they have now. Probably would not have, to be completely honest. And so it just be little stuff like that that I just on a regular day basis am always so grateful, so thankful for, because it could be a lot worse. It could be a whole lot worse. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, I do have a business page, a business Instagram page, where basically, well, right now what it's doing is I'm spreading, you know, positivity, inspiration through like encouraging words, you know, in hopes to like kind of change your mindset to like a more positive mindset, give you like a different perspective on just certain things in life or in certain topics in general. And basically, did I post it already? It's called YLG Lifestyle, by the way. I'll put the thing at the bottom of the screen so you guys can go follow that page. Like I said, right now it's like a whole bunch of just motivational posts, but I do have other things that I plan to do with that page, so stay tuned. I don't know if I posted it yet, but if I didn't, I'm going to. There's a quote on there that I am going to post, and it says something about like being thankful for like the things that you have now, because the things that you have now is like way more than enough. It's all that you need. Or if you start learning to appreciate the little things that you have, like you'll start to realize that those little things is like everything. It's all that you ever would need or that you truly need. And that once you, if you start like wanting more and asking for more or whatever, and not being appreciative of all that you have now or like the little things that you have now, that's when it starts to feel like you know, you have nothing because you're always wanting more. But if you appreciate the things that you do have and the little things, it'll feel like you have everything, right? And so that's basically what, you know, gratitude is all about. It's like appreciate the little stuff, appreciate the things that you do have. The more you appreciate it, the more it'll start to feel like you have everything, like you don't really need a lot. I say all the time to everybody, like sometimes it's like really hard for me to treat myself and buy myself things. Like I'll buy other people a whole bunch of stuff before I buy myself anything. And it's basically because like I focus on the things that I have, not the things that I want. And I feel like, you know, the things that I want, I will eventually get it. I don't know when I'll get it. I don't know how I'll get it, but I know that it'll eventually come. But I'm grateful and thankful for the things that I have, and I focus on the things that I need as opposed to the things that I want, because that's like means a whole lot more. So like I don't really buy myself a lot of stuff because I'm like, I don't really need that. I want it, but I don't need the things that, you know, most people would just treat themselves to. It's like really hard for me to do that. But I don't know, I live my life like that, and I couldn't be much happier because like I said, I feel like it just makes me feel like I have all that I really need. Like I'm comfortable and happy with the things that I have. Yes, of course, I would love to buy certain things for myself that I see other people have. Like all that sounds great or whatever, but do I really need it? Not really, because if I'm doing well with the things that I have, clearly I don't need the things that I want. It's not a necessity for me. If it was, I would have got them or had them already, right? So that's just like a little food for thought. If you're you know, don't do that or don't practice it. That's like a little tip that I would say is if you focus on the things that you have, it would feel like you have it all. You wouldn't really necessarily need or focus on the things that you don't have, because you would start to realize that you don't really need it. It's just a want, but not a need. But yeah, in the spirit of Thanksgiving being in the next couple of days, I just want to challenge you guys, you know, just to be a little bit more grateful. Practice some gratitude, not just for Thanksgiving, like I said, but every day. You know, wake up every day, or I guess you don't necessarily have to do it when you wake up, but just like be mindful throughout your day. At some point of your day, stop and just be like, you know, I'm thankful for this. I'm glad that this happened. I'm appreciative of this, or I'm appreciative of that. Challenge yourself to do that for like, I know they say it takes like 30 days to break a habit, start a habit, whatever. Challenge yourself for like a month, every single day. At some point of your day, take the time to stop. Take like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, a minute, and just be like, I'm thankful. Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy for this. Like, if you're drinking your favorite tea from Starbucks or whatever, or your favorite coffee from Starbucks, like, and it's so good and you're just enjoying it, like, take a second to be like, I'm so happy or thankful and grateful, appreciative that I'm able to afford this $10 Starbucks. Because Starbucks be out their mind with their prices. But like, I'm thankful and grateful that I'm able to afford this $10 Starbucks every single day. It's so good. It's feeding my soul. And I'm just so happy for it. Because yes, it might be only $10, and $10 to you might be only like $0, nothing. But like $10 to somebody else is like mind blowing. You just never know. You give $10 to a homeless person who haven't eaten in days or whatever, and they can go to freaking McDonald's and get them like a 3-course meal, and they'll have food for freaking the whole entire day the next day. Like, it just means so much more to somebody else. And so you just want to be appreciative of the little stuff that you have. No matter how small it is to you, it can always be way more to other people. So just be mindful of that. Be appreciative. Challenge yourself every day. If you don't feel like you have anything to be thankful for or, you know, grateful for, babes, there's always something to be thankful for. Always, always, always. Don't ever tell yourself you don't have anything to be thankful. The fact that you're alive today is something to be thankful for. The fact that you're breathing and you're in good health is something to be thankful for. The fact that you probably had a cold and for like a couple of days, but somehow like your immune system built itself up and now you are well, you're back to your normal self, is something to be grateful for. Because someone can have a cold that could have turned into freaking pneumonia or something, and they could have lost their life. I know that was really extreme, but like seriously, like something as small as just being sick could literally, for somebody else, take their life or turn into something so much more. Like, think about when COVID happened. Everyone thought it was just the flu, but it turned out to be a freaking like something that just took so many people's lives. So it's like, be thankful for the small. There's always something to be thankful for. Always. There's never a reason to not be thankful for anything. So when you at Thanksgiving with the family that you don't necessarily like or love, or that's dysfunctional, like I tell you guys about my family, be thankful that you are even able to be in the same space with people like that. Think about how many, think about those children or kids, and you know, who grow up to be adults or whatever, who were taken away from their families when they were younger, or who families abandoned them. So they've been in and out of homeless, or they've been in and out of shelters all their life, or orphanages all their lives, and they never really had a family of their own. Yes, they created a new family, but they never had like blood family, or they never knew them. So you and your family may not like each other, but like y'all are blessed enough to know each other, right? Because there's people who don't know their family, and that could be hurtful to people. So there's always something to be thankful for. Like this year, I am thankful that despite my little quarter life crisis that I've been going through, I'm still happy. Like just generally happy. Like just thinking about when I was working in an office and stuff around people, like I was not happy at all. I hated my job. Did not, like, it was a drag to get up every day to go to work. Yes, it was paying my bills, but that was all it was doing. Like, it was not, I didn't get any other fulfillment from that. But making these videos every day, or not every day, but making these videos, I get, even though I have only 24, oh my God. Hold on, I'm getting sidetracked. Let me get too excited. Let me do one thing at a time. First thing I'm gonna say is, making these videos, I actually have joy out of it. Like, it's fun to do. When I make them and I edit them and I watch them back, but right before I post them, I'm like, oh my God, like, I did so good. Like, it was such a nice video. Like, I'm surprised that I was able to even do that. Even though I only had, that's the next thing I'm about to say, I only have 24 subscribers. Like, it's still, I'm still grateful for it. And let me tell y'all about them 24 subscribers, okay? I've been sitting at 19 for like the last 2 months, and I'm going into the 3rd month of even doing this. And I gained like 4 followers within a week. Honey, I'm somebody now. Like, I'm so grateful and thankful for the little 4 followers or subscribers that I have gained in just a week. Like, I was seeing that and I was like, oh my God, okay, so this is working. Like, somehow something that I'm saying or doing are getting these people to like follow me, right? So them 4 followers, it made me happy. I'm so proud about it. That makes me, okay, I gotta keep putting out videos. So just be thankful for like the little stuff. Like, this year, I'm thankful for, I'm wrapping up my makeup. I'm wrapping up this video. I'm just thankful for still having a roof over my head, still being able to afford to have a roof over my head, having a car that I can get around with, because babes, y'all don't know me, but like, me and my family, we have went years without any type of transportation. Like, do y'all know how stressful it is to like have to keep asking people for stuff, asking people for rides to take you here, take you there, like trying to figure out a way. Like, there was days where like I was at school and I stayed at school, got out of school at like freaking 2 o'clock, but I was sitting outside of school till like freaking 7, 8 o'clock at night because I didn't have a ride home, trying to find a ride home. We didn't have our own transportation. So it's like, I'm thankful to have my own car to get around places. I'm thankful for this iPhone that keeps telling me I have no storage. It keeps cutting off on me as I'm recording. But hey, I'm thankful for it anyway, because I'm still able to make these videos and actually put them on YouTube. So annoying. But yeah, I am just, I'm thankful for, again, my mother. If I haven't, I did say it already, but again, just like my mother, extremely thankful for her. She has come a very, 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 very long way. Here she is calling me now. But yeah, it's come a very long way. So I'm really thankful for her. And her health and her well-being, mentally, emotionally, semi-physically. But yeah, thankful for her. Thankful for my friends, like really, really close friends. I say all the time, I don't know if I tell them enough, or I don't know if they know this, because I feel like I've shared it with them at one point in life. But if they don't know this, thankful for each and every one of them, because I truly feel like every single one of them has helped me to develop a certain part of myself, and it's the major reason I am the person that I am today, believe it or not. But like, they have helped me to grow into the person I am today. Like, each and every one of them has something about them that has helped me or influenced me to be a better version of myself that I am today. So I'm very, very thankful for them. I'm thankful for the fact that me and my mother is even able to have a Thanksgiving at our house. Like I said in my previous video, like, we're not doing the whole big family thing or whatever this year, but to be able to just have dinner at our house with just us is a blessing. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for this year and every challenge that has, not even just year, like the past 2 or 3 years, I'm thankful for, and every challenge that has came my way, no matter how hard it was, I'm truly thankful for it, because it's made me who I am now, and it's helped me to realize who I'm about to become and what I'm about to walk into. So in the process of going through those things, I did not like it, but you know, I'm happy that I made it through and that it did happen. And yeah, I should have said first, but I guess just to end it off and top it off with a bang, most importantly, I'm thankful for God, because literally, y'all, I would not be where I'm at today. I will not have anything that I have today. I will not be the person that I am. I will not be going the places that I'm going to without him. Like, if I look back on every single thing in life, or even just like right now, like what I'm going through right now, if I'm being completely honest, it does not make sense at all. The stuff that I'm doing right now does not make sense, especially for me. I'm like a realistic person. Everything has to make sense. Everything has to be logical. If it's not, I'm not doing it. And so right now, nothing makes sense to me. Nothing is logical to me. Nothing is realistic to me. And yet here I am still walking blindly into it, just doing stuff that doesn't make sense, that doesn't have any logic to me. But yet here I am doing it, and I'm like doing it in peace. I'm doing it happily. I'm doing it because I truly have like faith and believe that there's some reason why I'm doing it, and I'm just trusting God. And so like thankful for him, because literally nothing makes sense right now, but I know it will eventually. And so yeah, you guys, I mean, I don't really have much to say, and I feel like I could go on with a longer rant, but I'm done with my makeup now and my phone keeps shutting off on me. So I'm gonna end it here, and I just want to leave out the good note and just say, like, y'all, be thankful, practice some gratitude, take some time if you haven't, to just sit down, reflect on just life, or if there's something like really on your heart or something that's really been bothering you, just take the time, sit down, reflect on it, and to start practicing gratitude, just to start appreciating the small stuff. The small stuff is what matters. The big stuff is great, but the small stuff will get you the big stuff. So start appreciating the smaller things in life. Start appreciating everything, no matter how small or big it is to you or anybody else. Just appreciate it. Be thankful for it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy all the good food, because that's what I will be doing. And I told y'all in my previous video, we cooking. We playing chef this year for Thanksgiving. It's going to be so interesting. And so make sure you guys tune in on Sunday to watch that vlog, to watch me and my mother try to cook. All right, you guys, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy Thanksgiving. Oh no.